Hi guys. Um, Today I wanted to talk about. Sorry, just got a few things going here. Yeah, today I wanted to talk about being a leader. I've been talking a little bit about the journey of life and how we come in to the planet. For those of you that haven't seen my other videos, basically, from a soul point of view, we are eternal. Whether you believe that or not that's up to you. But we are eternal and come in to our physical bodies from non-physical, and that is just pure awareness, pure consciousness, and that is your spirit. We don't know this when we're born. We just come into our body and we don't know who we are, and we carry on just surviving, trying to survive, and we do whatever we need to do to get our needs met to survive. But through this process, because we don't know who we are, we take on all these patterns from our parents, which are passed on from their parents and their parents and their parents. They're generational patterns of behaviour. And to cut a long story short, for the last 100 years, the patterns of behaviour have been particularly fearful. So if you think of all the world wars, industrialisation, which took men out of the home, out of the family, so families were split and segregated, and more wars, and industrialisation, which has caused all sorts of new industries and things, which has taken a lot of focus off family and relationships and cultivating love. All of these patterns of behaviour of fear, basically. So we have an original fear when we are born that we don't know who we are, and that original fear means that when we operate in the world, we need to feel safe because we don't know that we are who we are. We don't know our eternal nature. So as we pick up all of these fearful patterns from our parents, which have come down the line, but they're basically societal fears that we take on. And if you look back at your life and just, politically, socially, everywhere, you just see fear everywhere. And this shows up as blame and judgment and criticism. In order for someone to feel safe in the identity that they've created for themselves, they need to justify that identity. So if that's challenged in any way from the outside, that causes you to go into judgment, fear, blame, criticising, just trying to dispel anything that's going to shake your sense of who you are. And on top of that, the mind is also your safety mechanism. So biologically, we've come from being tribal. So if you were on your own in a tribe, you'd pretty much die. You would get eaten by an animal or whatever. So that's patterned into us pretty deeply, that want to fit into, we want to fit into the group. So we do that socially. We modify and justify our behaviour to fit in and to be included. Otherwise, the fear in our mind is that we will die, basically. You might not see it such as cut and dry as that, but the root cause of all of that fear is that somehow we're threatened. So when you see that all that fear, we just absorb all of that fear and all of those patterns of behaviour, and we try to bend and flex to fit into this group mentality. And I did this for a lot of years. I'm 40, going on 43, and for 3 years ago I went through a spiritual awakening. I don't know if anyone else here knows what I'm talking about, but it was almost like an overnight just wake up to who I was, and felt immediately connected to all of the universe and saw my eternal nature and connected with my spirit immediately, and that was pretty scary. I no longer had a sense of this false identity, or I had to dissolve all of that because I knew that wasn't real and that wasn't true anymore for me. But the point I want to make is that we take on all of this patterning and we try to fit in. We try to mold and flex and bend and operate in ways that are not true to us. And I did this for 40 years trying to fit in, and this just comes from climbing the corporate ladder, trying to make something of your life, being who you think you need to be with your friends, basically just pleasing everybody. And it wasn't until I went through this spiritual awakening and really realised who I am as a person, that I'm not of this world. I'm on the world, but I'm not of this world, and neither is anybody else. Our soul is massive. Your soul is the universe. You are the universe incarnated into a physical body. And that we come in to our experience on Earth here with a pattern, with a blueprint. You've got a purpose. You're here on purpose. You don't know that, and a lot of us are searching for purpose and meaning for the early part of our lives, and hopefully through some life lessons and some challenges we wake up and figure this stuff out. But I believe that part of all of our journey, and you guys that I've seen in the videos here, you're all sensitive people, you're all heartfelt people, you all want to help other people. Well, I've been the same myself, and for years I cursed being sensitive. I hate being sensitive, especially as a guy. I was like, I don't know why I can't just be like the other guys. I don't know why I'm so sensitive all the time. Why do I feel so much? And I pushed that side of myself away, and again tried to fit in, with the footy club and here and there and whatever else. But now I realise through another teacher, another spiritual teacher who I get guidance from, and she explained it like this, and I'm going to show you this because this is how she pointed it out to me, and it really just resonated with me. That if you, sorry, the light there's a bit bad. If you imagine this is the population, that's the large population of the last, let's just say 100 years, but it's been thousands of years, that are largely living in fear-based. They don't know who they are. They're just trying to fit in with the herd. This is the common consciousness, the consciousness that's on the planet at the moment, where everyone's largely living in fear and false identity of who they really are. And this is me out here, and probably a lot of you guys, and we're patterned not to fit into this fear-based consciousness. You are actually patterned to be loving and open-hearted, and your job is to recognise that. For years I was trying to get back in here. For 40 years I was trying to fit in here. I was scared out here. I didn't want to be on my own. I wanted to be back in here with the herd, climbing the corporate ladder, going out drinking, doing all the things that everyone else was doing. I just want to fit in. I don't want to be out here on my own, even though I felt this doesn't make sense to me. I don't feel comfortable in life. Now that I can see this and I recognise it, and I've been through this spiritual awakening, and I understand who I am and the responsibility I have for being here, my sole purpose is to know deeply who I am on my own out here, and that is to build my own strength, my own courage, and really discover who it is that I am. And I know who I am is a loving, compassionate, kind-hearted, open person that wants to be here for good and be here for change. And my job is, and I'm guessing a lot of your purpose is to be this person and stand up and be who you are authentically, so that when you come across people in your lives, you can influence them to come out with you. You're not demanding, you're not preaching to them, you're not shoving it down their throat, but just by you being who you are and you creating a community around you, you can start dragging people out from fear and out of the common consciousness into love or unity consciousness, which is where we're all a whole, we're all part of the one. So I know that by all of us sticking together and helping each other get stronger and having each other's backs in this, we can all stand strong. And it's not to say we're any better than these people, because we're not. We just have path in this life where we need to be self-responsible and stand up and be strong, so that we can be the shining light and strength for other people to come out, so they can then become strong and build their strength. And in doing that, we're going to replace this fear-based past, which is not working, it's wrecking the planet, and replace it with a love-based model, which is what we're all here. We're all born out of love, and we're all here from love. We all are loving at core, and if we're not, we're just lost. We don't know who we are. So I hope this helps you guys. It's certainly helped me, and it's helped shine light on my responsibility and my purpose for being here. And yeah, I'll be keen to get any of your feedback. Hope you Saturday here in Australia, so I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, or you'll soon be waking up and into it. Okay guys, take care.